There's nothing finer in this world than to be alive, to be a Canadian, to be able to say I was born and raised in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
If the key to a great movie is having a great main character, then Kyle Burgess may just have a blockbuster on his hands.
Bill was bombastic. He was over the top in everything he did. He was a natural salesman and pitchman. He loved being in front of a crowd. He loved a microphone, and he loved to tell a great story and get people going with everything he was on board for.
Burgess is in the early stages of putting together a documentary about legendary sports promoter Bill Hunter, and more specifically his efforts to move the St. Louis Blues to his hometown, Saskatoon.
And the Blues are now yours. Hooray!
Although a deal was in place, it was eventually rejected by the NHL Board of Governors, something Hunter talked about in an interview with Shaw TV late in his life.
I'm very, very proud of the run we made to bring the National League here to Saskatoon. It's just sad that the NHL, in their lack of wisdom, failed to recognize that this was a unique situation. We would have been the Green Bay of Canada in the National Hockey League.
There were likely a number of factors involved in the decision to deny the move. Burgess believes the biggest may have been Hunter himself. Wild Bill frequently clashed with NHL ownership, especially when he helped launch the rival World Hockey Association in the 70s.
A lot of people think that Saskatoon's a small town. How could we possibly support an NHL team here? That may be a case, but the more important part was the relationships that Bill had with the NHL ownership.
Although the potential move to Saskatoon happened before Burgess was even born, he says he has always been fascinated by the city's NHL team that wasn't. The effort did have a lasting impact on Saskatoon, as it led to the construction of the building then known as Saskatchewan Place, as the city's previous arena wasn't ready for the big leagues.
It could only fit a couple thousand people in it. So when Bill says, hey, we're going to bring the NHL to Saskatoon, that means we're going to need a bigger building. Well, there was a big controversy in Saskatoon at the time. Do we have a downtown arena? Finally, what happened is they built this place. Without Bill bringing the Blues to Saskatoon and that whole notion of big league hockey, we wouldn't have this arena right now.
Burgess's production company, 52 North Films, is using the crowdfunding site Indiegogo to raise money for the production, which they hope to complete later this year. They are also looking for people to get involved in the film in other ways.
We're trying to get the people of Saskatoon and the greater Canadian hockey community to come on board and share their stories back in '83, how they felt, the excitement of bringing a team to Saskatoon, and maybe the loss when we found out the team was not coming here.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Simon Hyatt.